All right, and before this video gets started, I do need to issue a trigger warning. I have a feeling maybe one or two things that I'm going to say could trigger a certain group of people, which is fine because I'm going to keep it 100% authentic. I've been nothing but authentic about this game since it's dropped, what I liked and what I disliked. And with me doing that, I have had some people get mad. Oh, he's because I make a video critiquing the game. They're, oh, he doesn't like the game, or oh, he's hating on the game, or just the creator event is life changing. He's not committed, things like that, right? But I've never gotten anyone that has questioned my authenticity, so I'm just gonna keep that going. If certain people don't like what I have to say, definitely can comment and let me know why you disagree with it. We can have a discussion, but other than that, man, I will see y'all. Well, actually, enjoy the video. Yeah. YouTube, what's going on today, everybody? Back here with another video, and today I'm going to go over my likes and dislikes from the gameplay that we played at the creator event. So without further ado, man, I'm going to go ahead and get right on into it. So starting off with the likes, what I enjoyed the most, and this will outweigh any critique that I have about the gameplay. This was an actual boxing video game. This was not a fighting game with boxer skins. Like, this was an actual boxing video game. We had 4 different people there with 4 different styles. Range. Some people wanted to control range. Some people wanted to come forward. Some people came forward in different ways. Some people set traps in different ways. I know me, I like cutting off the ring. And the next like would be cutting off the ring. You could actually cut off the ring. Now we played like an hour, and then we had to go into a Zoom call, which I actually, looking back on it, I didn't actually like that because there was just so much more to learn. But I had said, like, you can't cut off the ring in this joint. Ash turned around and said, yes, you can. So I practiced that, and you can actually cut off the ring. One thing that I like to do was cut off the ring. Let's say they're going to my weak side, right? I would try to, not my weak side, yeah, my weak side, my jab side, right? Everybody's pretty much orthodox, so my left side. So they would be moving towards my left side, and I would like step pretty hard and like try to cut them off, try to meet them to that spot, and try to promote them to come back to my power hand, which is my right hand, and have a hook waiting for them, like either a hook to the head, a hook to the body. And that started off one of my favorite combinations, right? Which is that right hook to the head of the body, left hook to the head, and right uppercut to the head. It was kind of inconsistent due to the uppercut, but when it did land, I did get a ooh and ah because I got a knockdown from it. So definitely enjoyed cutting off the ring. Next, the jab. Now, everything with the jab wasn't good, but I just enjoyed being able to circle around my opponent and jab. And I also enjoyed the animation of it popping my opponent's head back. That was very like visually pleasing, seeing, jabbing and having my opponent's head pop back. Wasn't like some over exaggerated animation. It was just a jab, the head pop back, so I enjoyed that as well. Next is, I'm gonna put 2 together here, the fighter models and the graphics. It looks like a next gen game for sure. If I don't know how many of you have played WWE 2K22, but like during the entrances, it looks the best. Like, it looks lifelike. And when they get in the ring, it kind of loses a little bit of the graphical fidelity. While ESBC, like, it looked good. Well, we obviously didn't see the entrances, but when they got in the ring, like, it looked really good. Very impressive. Like I said, it looked like a next generation game for sure. So that, and like the fighter models were just all on point. And the next thing here is actually like from Sean Porter and the way that he was fighting towards the end of day 2. Now, this isn't something I'd use or even something I like to play against, but it just shows you like it's a boxing game. So what Sean would do is he would score points, like he would land some punches and clinch, score some points, clinch, score points, clinch. And the clinch, like, I don't want to make it sound like super old OP, but like what the clinch did, like it would stop your opponent's like combination. So if you're throwing like a jab and a left hook, so you throw the jab, but in between the jab and the left hook, your opponent wanted to clinch, he could clinch and like you wouldn't land that hook, obviously, and you kind of just be in like an over under type of position, which again visually love seeing that. But yeah, it just brought just another style into the game that I actually like enjoyed seeing. But like I said, I would not want to be the opponent doing that because that would get very annoying. And next, and this is the last thing that I liked, and this will kind of take me also into the negatives. I enjoyed the weave. I want to say, yeah, it's the weave. I enjoyed how nice and tight, the slipping was for the weave on the trigger. I enjoyed that, and I may be in the minority. And I think Coach knew where I was coming from as far as slipping punches. You're not like, I know we're used to like video game slipping punches where it's like super just OD. Like it's rare that you would see something like that in the ring. I honestly, I don't know any high level fighter besides like Tank Davis who would slip and do those over exaggerated slips. Usually like y'all love Canelo. Canelo's tight with his slips, right? He's tight. He's on balance because that's the main reason you don't see these OD slips. Balance, right? You want to be able to balance. You want to be able to counter when you see an opportunity to counter and punish your opponent, right? You can't do that if you're off balance trying to catch yourself, right? Now going into the negatives, I don't know why they have a slip animation and a weave button and a slip button. Now for me, when I hear weave, I'm thinking like some street fight, like a street fight type thing. Like, oh, he weaved your shit. Oh, he weaving your shit. Like that type of thing, right? While with slips, I'm thinking, okay, boxing, I'm thinking boxing in a ring, things like that. He's slipping punches, right? So I'm just missing like, why do we have both of them when I'm pretty sure they're both the same thing? Maybe I'm missing something. But I'm pretty sure they're the same thing. So I don't know why the same thing's taking up 2 spaces on the controller. I don't know, but I would like to free up some space on the controller. So I would actually like one of them to kind of disappear. And I like the way, visually, I like the smaller slips. I like how it has that smaller range of motion. So yeah, free up some room on my controller, Ash. Now, next, I said that I enjoyed the jab. I enjoyed pretty much everything about it, but it didn't have any type of stopping power. And maybe like this is a perk in the game where somebody would have like a strong jab. And maybe also too, because I wasn't a big power modifier guy, maybe if I power modified my jab, maybe I would get a different result. But the jab for the most part just didn't have any stopping power. Right? You could throw out the jab and it wouldn't slow your opponent down. Your opponent wouldn't stop in their tracks. It wouldn't stop a combination. The jab was just, it was there. Like it was there to score points. That's it. It wasn't doing anything else. It wasn't helping you keep your opponent at bay. Like it didn't really have any other purpose but to score points. And that's not how the jab should be used. So my critique, and like I said, maybe I have to add a power modifier to it. Or maybe it's a trait. I don't know. And I forgot to put this in with a good, but these fighters actually have weight, right? So they don't just move. You don't just move them and they glide to a spot. You move them and they push off that back foot. Like as far as if you're coming forward, they would push off the back foot and go forward. If they want to go back, they push off the front foot and go back, right? That's all good and that's just authentic and beautiful, right? But Coach had brought it up, like if we're talking about online play and online latency, that could turn into a problem. Now, I don't know the solution because I don't want to start gliding around the ring because then that would make cutting off the ring impossible. And now we're playing Fight Night. So I don't know the solution, but definitely maybe think about that. Test it out online. I don't know. But yeah, that's definitely something to think about. And the next thing I'm going to say, Coach brought up first as well. You cannot slip and punch. You can't slip and punch from that same position. You have to slip return back and punch, right? Which really just kind of throws off the flow of the combinations, and it was stinky. I'm just gonna that's how I can explain it. It was stinky. It sucked. They are going to work on that. I think Rack even was like that was one of his main concerns as well. But shout out to Coach. Coach noticed that within the first 10 minutes of gameplay. So shout out to him for that. But yeah, hopefully they do add that here pretty soon. Next, now this is something I noticed, right? Because as I've said in probably most of my videos this week, I'm a come forward guy. I want to get in your chest, throw my combinations, and get nasty, right? So me being able to enter in different ways is key, right? So they have like this, I want to say maybe it's just like a lunge. Yeah, I think lunge, where if you kind of just press hard on your analog stick, your user would lunge in. I would have loved to been able to lunge in and punch at the same time, right? So the way it was set up in that build is I had to lunge in, wait for like the animation to end, and then punch, which was just, it was stinky. It sucked. So I brought that up to Ash, and hopefully that gets added or changed. I don't know what they would need to do. I guess maybe add different animations. I don't know, but definitely would want that in the game for the people that are using the shorter fighters, so the people that are coming forward. Yeah, so get that in there, Ash. But next, man, the power modified punches, man. Oh, they look really bad. Like, they look really bad. They're these punches that are just so telling. They load up, and it's just like, bro, why is this a thing? And I brought it up to Ash, and he said it's just kind of like a gameplay balance thing, right? You want the opponent to be able to tell, okay, a power punch is coming versus a normal strike, which I get. And I don't really have any solution to fix this, but I just didn't like it. But yeah, the animation, like, I've talked about things being visually pleasing. It's not visually pleasing at all. You guys saw the way Caleb Plant was throwing his shots in that trailer. It was so bad, man. And I get it. Like, some fighters do throw those big wind up punches, hoping to score a knockout, but most of the dudes at the top aren't, which we had a lot of, good top fighters, a lot of skilled fighters in this build that wouldn't, right? Wilder's right hand is so good because there's really no load up. It's just speed and brute force from the legs up. So definitely, I don't know, Ash. I don't know how you can change it, right? I understand from a gameplay balancing point why you would have that, but like, I don't know, maybe get a new animation. It's bad, man. That animation is bad. And last on my list, now this may upset some people that just want everything to be just 100% authentic, but for me, real-time clock, at least an online ranked, that shouldn't even be a thought. 36, you're guaranteed at least 36 minutes in a match if it goes all 12 rounds. Come on, that's too much, right? And playing the game, y'all, I think my first fight went the distance, and every other fight, whether I got knocked out or someone else got knocked out, it got stopped before 12, right? So, and even watching like the tournament fight before mine or after mine, I don't know if I went first or first, but watching the tournament fight, it was Fanatico and Coach. That fight went 12, but like, I really wasn't like noticing it, right? Because I'm tired, but Todd kept bringing up how boring it was, and I'm like, bro, you're like, why are they? Yeah, you're right. Why are they still fighting? When does this end? Like, because I was just tired. I had 8 hours of sleep while I was up there, y'all. So I really wasn't paying attention to how they were fighting or nothing. But I'm just like, man, this shit is taking a long time. And I think like on the last day, Rack had like somehow told me that it was like real-time minutes, right? So I didn't even notice. But I felt like it's something like it would definitely like turn some people off from playing for a long time. Because 36 minutes, that's a lot of time to just have one match. So I don't think that would be very enjoyable for a lot of people. And if your opponent doesn't skip like the introductions, you're looking at 40 minutes for one fight. Like that's That's ridiculous. And if you're a creator wanting to like do a fighter showcase or something like that, bro, you want to get like 2 fights in, that video would be an hour long, over an hour long. I don't know how good y'all are retaining viewers for an hour, but like, it's hard. I know that. So, man, I don't want to deal with that. That needs to get fixed and ranked like that. I hate it. I hate it. I'm not a big fan of real-time minutes in any game. But those are all my likes and dislikes. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I am out. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.